This is a paid podcast. Its content is for adults only, containing strong sexual conversations and behaviors. We recommend you be at least 21 years of age. The content of this podcast does not reflect GQ Radio's beliefs or foundations. Enjoy the show.
Buenas noches, mi gente. Welcome back to another episode of the SNM Late Night Show with your host, me, Nessa A, here at GQ Radio. First, I would love to say thank you to everyone who tuned into our show. I hope that the show continues to keep you guys coming back for more SNM finesse. And also, I would like to encourage all local businesses to reach out to the radio because, hey, we're looking for sponsors and we want to help you spread your company name because we're all about helping our communities grow one talk show at a time. So you can send me an email to snm@gqradio.com. Don't forget to support your local businesses. And today we're going to talk about the 15 most popular sexual fetishes. We are going to talk about bondage, water, voyeurism, latex, and coprophilia. I bet y'all don't know what that is. Just stay tuned and we're going to go ahead and introduce our guest. I told y'all we were going to have a dominatrix today. With us today, we have the lovely Jasmine. How are you, my dear?
I am doing great. Thank you. Thank you
so much for tuning in with us today. Jasmine's actually calling in from Virginia Beach. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm hanging out here for the summer.
Oh, that's awesome. Where are you going to after the summer? Summer's about to end.
I know. Well, I mean, it's always a hot girl summer for me.
You are a hot girl, though. Hey.
Hot girl. I'm always traveling between New York City, which is like a second home, and Virginia Beach. So it's like it could be I could be here this week and I could be gone the next. So it all depends.
Well, that's an awesome lifestyle. You get to, travel all over. I'm sure you've traveled everywhere, right? Or you are a dominatrix, is that right?
Yeah, I kind of fell into the line of work.
You fell into the line. And where were you actually? Like what city were you in when you started doing this type of business?
I was in New York City.
Oh, okay. You was in the big city doing it big, doing big things. Hey.
It turned out to be, I guess it is, it's big things now. I had met someone and somehow people were finding me and I was just meeting, I was doing a lot of political activism work and, we all have a dark side to it. So I had met a guy and this guy was a councilman and this councilman had asked me to go out with him. And when he asked me to go out with him, he asked me if I would, he was mesmerized with my feet. Most men like, pretty feet, Okay. But this guy liked the fact that, cause I'm a big girl, all around. I'm 6'2" and I wear a size 13.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So he was,
girl, I'm 5'4". I'm like a little Twinkie. You know what I'm saying?
You're a little thing. He was mesmerized with the fact that, I had big pretty feet and he wanted to, he was like, can you, do you have a problem with possibly making it so that, if you don't want to, you don't talk to me anymore, it's fine. If you would pretend to be stomping on me with your feet. I was like,
but stomping on him, on his face, his chest,
on his face,
dick,
on his
where,
body. Everywhere, on his dick, on his balls, especially.
So that was one of his fetishes, his feet,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Being stomped on by a girl who's bigger than me, being trampled.
So what other fetishes did he have?
So far that he wanted, pretty much it was all a foot fetish. He wanted me to tie him up. He had me tie him up with neckties. And he had me lower my feet down very slowly. He liked the anticipation of it. He had me take electrodes. He had me take electrodes.
Electrodes?
Like an electric shock. It was something he had set up, something he had bought, and it was like a jumper cable, but not for a battery.
Oh shit, people! We are electrocuting people up in here.
Yeah, I might go to jail.
No. Hypothetically, let's just say hypothetically, you met a man that liked to get electrocuted.
Hypothetically, he liked me to take the electrodes and put them on his balls, and hypothetically, he wanted me to electrocute him when my foot came down on his face. Let's say, get out of my face, Carmen. Let's say hypothetically, he liked it when I would make the anticipation of when he was going to get trampled like a surprise, and the shock to his balls, to his dick and his balls, like was what he pretty much. Somehow the pain to it thrilled him. Mm-hmm. And that's what he liked, especially being tied. Oh, and tickled. He wanted me to tickle him. He liked nails, and he liked for me to slowly run my nails across his body and make him squirm. He liked the feeling of it, the feeling of like when you lightly run your hands across someone. Mm-hmm. Ladies, when you touch your man, or you touch your woman, your partner, and you have nails, and just the feeling of it, the sensation of it.
So let me ask you this. So after you had your first experience with him, what does it take to be a dominatrix? What made you feel like, okay, I could do this? Because other men out there have different fetishes, which is what we're going to talk about today. So what does it take to be a dominatrix?
Actually, I feel like to be a dominatrix, one, you can't be squeamish, you can't be judgmental. You have to be very open-minded, very like sex friendly, fetish friendly. You need to be a person who's very understanding, because these people are essentially coming to you for something that they can't get anywhere else. Of course. Have to be like, you have to have confidence too overall. You have to have a confidence that comes with being a dominatrix. It's not all barking orders and whips and chains and leather, even though it is. You have to. It's a certain part of you that makes people bend to your will, so to speak. Make them want to be weak and vulnerable to you. Okay,
so like now that you've been, how long have you been doing?
I've been doing this for 6 years. 6 years. I've been doing it for 6 years. After I had met him.
So, what is your favorite fantasy that you've or your fetish that you've encountered? Like, what would you say?
My favorite, the most favorite one that I have done, or one personally. The most favorite one that I have done, my most favorite one, is I have met a businessman. I'm not going to say, he was a CFO of a very well-known company. And I'm going to say that this man, hypothetically, had a thing for, like most men we know nowadays, ass is in. It's all about the ass. And I have plenty of ass. So, they love it. So he wanted me to, all right, so this is my favorite fetish. And ladies, I think you're going to agree with me with this. There's a thing called financial domination, a FinDom, FINDOM, not FEM. A FinDom is a dominatrix who dominates a man in a financial realm. Like, it's sexual, but it's financial. I'm going to make you turn over everything that I want, because I am offering the illusion of sex, not the inclusion of sex. You understand?
True.
So this man had me tie him. He said he wanted bondage, and I knew what he wanted, because we call him pay pigs, or human ATMs, human wallets, stuff like that. So this pay pig had me pretty much tie him to a bed, like flat on his back. Mm-hmm. And he liked ass worship, like face sitting and smothering, where I like pretty much sit on your face and make it so you can't breathe until you're about to suffocate. So, and I'm like 230 pounds, so wow. The cakes on his face was heavy, though. It was like all you can eat.
Okay.
All you can eat pancakes.
All you can eat at Baskin Robbins. Okay. That ice cream cake, when it melts on you.
All day.
Hey.
And it melts, baby. If you get it to melt, it will keep melting.
Okay.
So,
okay.
I tied him to the bed. I stripped him naked. And I told him, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do, and this is what we're going to do. What we're going to do is we're going to have you give me what I want. And you're going to give me what I want, because you can't do anything to stop me, pretty much. Then I proceeded to sit on him like reverse cowgirl. Mm-hmm. And I grabbed his pants before I sat on him. I sat on his chest, and I said, you see your pants? I'm going in your wallet. And when I go in your wallet, I'm going to take out your card. and I'm going to charge whatever I want from Amazon to these cards. And I'm going to sit on your face while I do it. And as many times as you can make me come, as many times I'm going to take off something off my wish list.
Oh, okay then. Well.
Yeah, like, it was my favorite one. So I sat there for an hour just ordering things. Smothering, ordering, coming. Smothering, ordering, coming.
Well, we're going to have to go on a break. But when we come back, we will talk about the most popular sexual fetishes that I have found. All right, so we're back to talk about the 15 most popular sexual fetishes here with Miss Jasmine. Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. Hey.
So, yes, I was, doing my research and asking around, and I found, 15 popular sexual fetishes. Like, you have your average bondage, obviously.
Yeah.
Tying people up, doing all that. And then also water. I heard about water. People like to feel like they're drowning.
So, okay, that is something that I've never encountered. I think that would go also with bodily fluid for people who like golden showers. I kind of feel like because it's like a trickling. That's how I would put it. Or people who like to be suffocated.
Because people like to, some people get turned on with the rain, so that does make kind of sense. Like,
sexy, but I never know. Maybe I have that fetish.
But I don't know if I want to hear rain of pee. I'm just
no, not a rain of pee, but people do. I don't know. They like a lot of.
And also, like bad boys. That's actually one. It's called criminal fetish. You like?
Oh, we all love that.
Oh yeah, but some people take it to the extreme. Now, what I was reading is that people like to see like their male do something really bad, like beat somebody up or go and like rob somebody.
Have you never felt that way? I remember my first boyfriend. I thought he was like some punk ass, like weak type person. And he, the first time I ever saw him in a fight, I was like, oh my God.
Okay, a fight is different because you want to feel like he could protect you. But I don't know. I don't know though if I'm gonna be like turned on if I see him beat up an old lady. Like, oh yes, Bobby, give it to me. Like, oh no.
Some people, old bitches who I would like to slap. Let's be on the point.
Okay, and you want to stomp on them with your boots, girl?
They might if they.
I mean, if they have a shoe fetish, because also they have their shoe fetishes. I mean, I like the way a boot feels on my face. Like, I want you to stop me. Like,
or they want to clean it. They want you to like walk outside in the dirt and then come back and make them look clean.
Wait, what? Like, I'm gonna go outside and run around, and then you just gonna lick my boot clean?
Oh God, yes. Smell your old shoes. I have guys who buy my old sneakers who will buy me heels.
Oh my!
Because they have a heel fetish.
Well, yes.
Look, lady, capitalize, lady. Capitalize on the things that you want. Okay, they're out there for you.
Yes.
You want that new Savage Fenty lingerie? Find some guy who has a fetish for lingerie and make him buy you the lingerie, girl. Tell him you're going to send him pictures of it, girl.
Oh.
Feel like a Victoria's Secret model.
Yes. Okay. That's like, yes.
Yeah.
A lot of people like to role play. And I mean, you could also tell them like, hey, buy me some clothes and we'll role play on the phone, video camera.
Yeah.
That's a fetish. Yeah. Voyeurism, which is also like watching people have sex. Like, I think that's one of my fetishes.
Huge thing for people.
Because I think
that's the biggest one.
That's like watching porn. Like, I love watching porn. Yeah, porn gets me off. Like, sometimes when I'm by myself in my room.
What's your favorite?
What's my favorite? Porn?
What's your favorite porn?
Oh, girl, I would tell you. I love watching videos of Nina Harley. Like, if she's out there.
Really?
I mean, I love Nina. Girl, if one day I could have anybody, I'd have. Yes. Girl, I would let her eat me out. I would let that lady.
To the end.
To the end. Yes, to the very, very end, girl. All the way, front and back.
And then some. I like Jada Fire.
Okay.
She's kind of old, but I like Jada Fire. She was like a squirter.
Oh, okay. See, sometimes I'm like, when I swear, I'm like, I ain't trying to ruin your nice sheets.
I'm not trying to mess these sheets.
I ain't trying to mess your sheets.
Stop it. You're ruining this.
Yeah.
And they're like, nah, girl, do it again. Yes, girl, I'm about to dig this thing
So
out.
we're going to end this right now because a lot of people out there think that squirting is pee.
Okay. Squirting is a combination of, all right, so I'm going to give you guys a health lesson.
All right.
Ladies don't know a lot about their vagina. So, you'd be surprised. Squirting is a combination of female ejaculation, like female fluid, water, and urine. It's a little bit urine, yes it is.
A little bit. But it's diluted with the water and the fluids. Yeah. Same thing as men. Yeah. Like, okay, whatever. See?
Yeah, pretty much.
For all y'all out there talking shit about squirting, there you go.
You know, she didn't pee in your mouth. Just,
what about baby adults? That's one fetish that like freaks me the fuck out. I ain't even gonna lie.
Okay, so I was actually turned on by one time. Like, I don't know why, but maybe I'm a sick fuck because I kind of got carried. I got really carried away into the role playing and was like, oh no.
Really?
Yeah. So I had a guy and he wanted. They're good looking. A lot of the guys, you'd be surprised.
So they're not like the typical fat, like overweight, short.
It's not fat, weird, bald creeps who stay in their mom's basement.
Oh, wow.
Doing sexual asphyxiation on themselves. It's definitely not that. Yes, you have guys who want you to do them like babies, put diapers on them, onesies. They have adult onesies.
Oh my God.
Burp them, like bottle feed them, passies, the whole nine. And like essentially, when you're role playing in this form of role playing, you are role playing in a way that it's kind of weird because it's like you're my son, and I'm your mom. But after I birth you and change you and feed you,
does he come?
If I let him.
Is that how he births? Like instead of burping him, you actually like burp his dick and make it
that's at the end. That's at the end. After you go through the motion of the powder, the diaper, the onesie, the burping, the bottle, the passy, then I might edge you. And I might let you come. Or I might not let you come the next time I see you. Or I instruct you.
See, that's kind of that's just too much for me because I it's a baby. What about cross-dressing?
Like, I gotta be your mom. Okay. So here's the thing with guys. Okay? And fetishes that have to deal with cross-dressing and dating and certain things. A lot of these guys are not allowed to be who they are, what they want to be in regular life. You know what I'm saying? So you're coming to me and it's like I'm your sexual therapist, okay? And you say that you want a dominatrix because you want the authority figure to tell you about you. When really you have all the means to do it yourself, but you need the courage of someone else forcing you to in order to do so. Or it makes it more exciting when I force you to put on red lace panties, lipstick, call you a sissy, curl your hair, fucking do your makeup, make you wear heels and fucking stockings, and tell you that you look like a pretty little bitch. Like,
do like that? Do you ever make that bitch like shit on you? Like this next fetish? Coprophilia?
I don't shit. No one shits on me. I shit on you. You're not shitting on me. Never.
Has that ever happened? Has anyone ever asked you?
People have asked me, but I'm like, nah, fuck you. People have asked me to do it to them, and I've done it one time, but it was like odd. Okay, so I'm like this intolerant, and this young guy had called me, and he's into coprophilia, but he liked he wanted me to. It was a combination of ass worship and coprophilia. He wanted me to smother him with ass. He wanted to like eat ass. He wanted to do mad shit like that. Then he wanted to smell my farts. He wanted me to fart in his face. I'm like, I don't fart. Like normally, I would have to he wanted to be really smelly. Okay. So I was like, well, let me get some. I went to a Checkers or Rally's and got a giant vanilla milkshake. And I drank it the whole way on my way there. By the time I got there, I knew my stomach was going to be fucked up.
It's going to be towed up. I'm going to tow you up, boy.
Girl, I was tearing his face up. I kind of felt bad because I was letting him loose.
He was looking like Scarface at the end of the night.
Hello, he was loving it, bro. He was like,
oh my God.
Girl, he was like, I was like, yo, we got to stop. I have to go to the restroom. He was like, no, I want you to make me eat your shit. I want you to make me your shit, pretty much, was the conversation. So in my head, I'm like, my shit? And he's like, yeah, I want you to make me your shit. So I laid out plastic. I'm the kind of person, like, I'll be like, fuck no, don't do that. And I'm totally with it at the same time.
Well, girl, On that note, though, we are going to go on a break so I can catch my breath, girl. All right. So we're back after I caught my breath from that talk. But no, I feel like, all these fetishes are, I think I do some of them. Like I like piercings. I think that's kind of a hot fetish, or like tattoos or cologne, nice hands on a man.
Oh, yeah. Latex. Oh, my God. I love that.
What, hands?
Hands. A man's hands? Oh, my God. Let them please be strong and big.
And like clean. They got to be clean. Like, yes. I want them on my thighs. It just, you know what I'm saying?
Just grab me like a lumberjack.
But like, okay, so all these fetishes, like, how was it back then? Like back in the day? Because I know growing up, like my mother, I was telling her some of these things and she just looked at me like I was a little crazy. But I'm like, Mom, it's like the norm. Like this is normal nowadays. Like, but back then, like let's say 1950s, like this wasn't even like, no. Like I wonder what fetishes were back then. Like the regular getting on top. Maybe doggy style. Yeah. You were a real puta if you did doggy style. Like fuck that.
Don't talk about riding.
Right. They're like
giving head, sucking dick. Oh no, girl.
Was that like? Is that bad? Like
Jezebel. In my mother's day, my grandmother's day, yes. I remember my grandmother telling me, very much so instilling in us that sex is something that's only to be shared between a married couple. In a married bed.
Well, yeah.
Only in a married bed, only between two married people, and only missionary, pretty much.
Oh, no.
Yeah. The fact that my mother was very much so shunning of sex, she was always very on our case. I remember her taking me to the OBGYN to see if at 15 to see if I was still a virgin because she didn't believe me.
Were you a virgin at 15?
Yeah, of course. I was actually the corniest, lamest, squarest kid ever. I didn't lose my virginity until I was about 20.
Girl, we lost mine when I was 12. Oh, Lord Jesus.
People are different in their development, and it was really crazy because
you're right.
She was fearful of it. It was a fear that I would be, I guess, growing up before I was supposed to, or not doing things the right way with the right person.
And seeing that's kind of like my grandma didn't like, she hated sex. Like my grandmother, people, because I'm Colombian, and people back in the day from my country, sex was like a chore. Like, all right, we have to do this. Yeah. And there was no birth control or nothing.
You got to think about, they worked very hard.
Who? The women? Because they were housewives.
The housework is a lot of work. Running a family is a lot of work. True. It's a lot of work. Keeping a household together is a lot of work. And then when you are constantly thinking about how you're going to make ends meet, and you have children, because birth control and sex education was not something that was given. Like
it was against the religion.
Exactly. Speaking out against sex was something that was very bad. So when you are not told right and wrong and what to do and what not to do and how to handle things, and you are constantly having, you are submitting to your man the way God intended, the way your religion intended, and being a family person, and you are, you're having children child after child after child. And then they have children because the child helps with the family economics as far as, having.
So women never really get to enjoy sex. Like women they never got to like identify themselves. Like, thank God my mom came to the United States because that's when she explored her sexuality. But then that's how I grew up. Like I grew up to not be afraid of exploring my sexuality and what I like, what I don't like. And I feel like women out here nowadays are still so afraid to explore themselves because of society and how, the image they got to put up. Like, what if I really like this and I admit it? Like, are they going to make me, put me out to be something that I'm not? Me? Yes.
And the fact that women are called hoes, and that if we are
like, you'd be a taboo if you like this stuff. Like how many do you believe? Do you believe if there's like women out there that actually want to be like baby adults? Like I've heard of men, but
there probably are. Like honestly, women are only allowed, especially in the fetish world, to be seen as either hypersexual, like sex vixens and kittens, or as very submissive sexual creatures to be used as sex slaves. There is no in between. There is no healthy balance to me. The fact that a woman, I'm a dominatrix in my life and in my private profession. However, I also feel like there are men whose just aura and presence makes me want to like bend to their will. I can't even deny that. I don't, but I can't deny that. It makes me want
when
to.
You say that, like, so I'm sure that you've been into situations where like you want to do it, but then you're like, this is not safe. How do you know when it's safe to?
Not even that I want to and it's not safe, but I'm not allowed to a sense. As a woman in my regular life, like I said, I'm a very large woman. I'm a very authoritative woman because I'm a very independent person in the way I was raised with like who you are in your physical and your emotional depicts who you are in your social life. Like I'm not allowed to be weak or cry almost because I'm so big and strong. It's like get up, suck it up. I'm not allowed to be, almost, it's like men assume that I'm supposed to be this rough, like order barking, like woman. Like I'm not allowed to be sensual to a fault. You understand?
Yeah.
And it kind of puts a stigma. It puts a stigma because I want to be I want to be fucked like a little 5-foot bitch sometimes. Like what?
So is every like, I guess every meeting that you have, is it all, do you ever always have penetration? Like, is there always penetration involved?
No, actually there's not. The funny thing is, that penetration really happens actually, with me and my sons. It's more so the act of doing what it is that connects them to whoever they are, whoever they can't be, that is the sexual thrill for them. A lot of them, especially submissive, they get off by pleasing you. A lot of men are pleasers. And the thought of getting you and making you happy, giving you what you want is gratifying for them.
So like how would you recommend other people how to be like safe, like through diseases, if they do want to, I mean, do you protect yourself? Do you ask them to like show you something like a result before y'all engage in that? Or how do you go about that?
Yeah. I go about it by pretty much, I talk to whoever wants to be my submissive. I talk to them. I find out what it is that they like.
So you have a relationship with them. It's not just like, oh, meet me, we're doing this.
Oh, no, very much so a relationship. I have subs who text me even though I'm not there. Hi, how you doing? We have conversations. They tell me about their life. I'm more their therapist, their friend than anything, you know? And, it's a thing that is very much so, empowering because it shows you that you're not just, even though you're in the life, it's not your life, it's not who you are. And this person who should see you as a tool actually sees you as a useful, like a valuable thing, a valuable instrument to their life. It gives them a form of expression, like self-expression, self-gratitude, kind of, to be able to be who they are and be vulnerable and be naked, not in the sense of being unclothed, but being open to you.
Yeah.
So trusting.
So let me ask you this. Do you feel like you exploring your sexuality has really made you successful and be like, are you happy that you were able to, you know?
Me personally, it's given me a lot of confidence as a woman. It's made me understand a hell of a lot more about men and women in our relationship, especially with being with families, with interacting with one another and how we associate or disassociate ourselves with one another. The fact that it shows you that there are multiple reasons why men do what they do. The fact that it shows that women, it just proves the fact that women are not allowed to be what they are, and it hinders them. It hinders them in their relationships because it might put a wedge. You might be everything to this person. However, they can't be themselves sexually, man or woman, with their partner. So they go outside after a while, but they respect the responsibility and the love that they have for their partner and their marriage, the institution of it, but they don't, they're not satisfied. So they feel that if they go out and they get this satisfaction, it kind of appeases, and most women are raised to just turn the other cheek.
All right, guys. So we're running out of time, but I do want to ask one thing, Jasmine. What about, because when we look at numbers and stuff, a lot of older men are listening to the show. Maybe it's because they're, going through something at home and they want to listen to a young person talk. So what about married men?
I see a lot of them. That makes the majority of who I see, actually. Really? Majority. Like when I say majority, I mean majority of married men is who I see. So discretion is a huge thing for me because I understand, they have a responsibility. Something I feel, and this goes back to women, women being allowed to have sexual awakening, sexual experiences that not only make them feel safe and comfortable and whole, but complete things that they are seeking within themselves, because it'll make you, one, when you find out what you like sexually and you are able to practice that freely, it builds your confidence. It's a certain confidence level that certain women have because they are living in their own truth, so to speak. Not to say that because you can't go out and, spit in a man's mouth, use them as a footstool or like all the shit I'm doing. That you're
just my step stool, so bend down, daddy.
Yes, come here. I need your mouth as an ashtray.
For real.
But you're not living. And a lot of women, it's hindering the relationship because it's making their partner go outside when their partner should be going within for all their needs. You are meant to be their helpmate. You are meant to be the person that they rely on solely, just as they are relying on you, you rely on them. And we all know that divorce and marriage, a huge part of that is sex.
It is.
A huge part of it is sex.
It is
being able to have sex with your partner and be satisfied.
Because y'all can be fighting and then 2 days and y'all don't talk and then y'all have sex and you're like, so why were we fighting? Like, sex has a lot to do with that.
We met out?
And that's why I feel like women out there, I know you're taught a certain way, but there's a lot of fetishes out there. Explore it.
Not even so much fetishes.
Find yourself.
Girl, put that old duster away, girl. Put some baby oil on that ass. Let them come home. You got the garter belt and the thigh highs and the whole line. And it makes you feel beautiful. It makes you feel like
sexy,
damn,
and you just start feeling good about yourself.
Good.
And that's
damn, I look good. Okay, I forgot how good I look. Let me put this on this man. Let him show him what he missing. Let me throw this thing on him real quick. Let him know I got it. It keeps your man guessing, especially if you're not a woman who does it. If this is your man, you should never feel ashamed. You should never feel ashamed. You should give him. It satisfies him and it satisfies you.
Yeah.
Explore.
It saves marriages.
You never know what your partner wants either. You never know. Your partner might be into a lot of things you are, oddly enough. And afraid to bring it to you because they're afraid that you won't be into it. I know guys who come, who call up my homegirl. She's a very good VIP, escort. Just to, for head, get their dick sucked. And it's what? Your wife doesn't suck dick? Huh?
Yeah. So, explore yourself, ladies. I'm telling you, it could save a marriage one day.
Girl, let your mascara just run. Not down your face, tears, everything, girl.
Just do it all right.
They love it. They love it, girl. They think you're beautiful like that. They're sick. Throw up on it, girl. They love it. I don't know. Shit.
Well, Miss Jasmine, I had lots of fun with you. I know our listeners had fun listening to us talk about all these sexual fetishes.
I hope so.
Do you want to let the listeners know how to get in contact with you if they want to, get some, get a dominatrix
if you're here and you ever want me to host your fetish party or maybe you need private assistance, please, I have an email, FatimaFindomGoddess@gmail.com. Contact me.
Shoot, we might contact you because we might need a fetish party over here. I'm just saying. Just so we just might need a little bit of something just so you can come down here. We can party. We can party H-Town style.
Hey, you hear that H-Town?
H-Town.
You might get it. You might get it H-Town.
Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to me today. Tune in next week to see what other juicy topic we have for you. And once again, guys, I'm encouraging all local businesses. We're looking for sponsors. Help us help you spread the word of your business. So you can send me an email at snm@gq gqradio.com. And don't forget to follow me on social media on IG at Nessa_A, and that's with 3 Ys. Don't forget to holla at your girl when you see me, eh?